Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your monthly video horoscope for the month of October, leading up to your month later in the month when Scorpios begin to have their heyday. And hey, we're really kind of starting that birthday month off with a bang. Let's talk a little bit more deeply about that. You know that song, I think it's called Me and Bobby McGee, and there's a line in it that goes, freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Well, it's kind of a pessimistic way of looking at it, is it? Because you want to look at freedom as being having everything to gain, not nothing left to lose. But there is some meaning there, because when you begin to let go of all the things that are holding you back, you may see that you're losing something, but really you're beginning to gain. Sometimes we have to let go of something in order to begin to gain something else. But freedom, let's talk about freedom for a moment. One could argue that freedom is the natural state of the soul, right? But we don't always encounter the natural state of the soul. We are here in a state of seeming, bondage within this material plane, So when your life's filled with all these restrictions, things that you have to do, places that you have to be at a certain time, it's really difficult to feel that you're free, right? But miraculously this month, you can have deeper degrees of freedom than you've ever experienced before. And all that you really have to do is to decide that you are free and recognize one of the areas where you do have quite a lot of freedom. You always have the freedom to make a choice. Now, sometimes we make a choice because it seems like we have to do something. You could always choose the opposite, but you always choose to make that choice because it's the right thing to do. And when we're doing the right thing, our life begins to feel like it has purpose. But sometimes we think that something's the right thing when really it's not the right thing. And we could make a different decision. We just think that we have to make that decision. Those are the areas that we're mainly concerned about in talking about your month, okay? A key decision that you've been making in the past, and sure, it can serve you on a certain level, but when we're focused on being self-analytical and improving ourselves, right? We can sometimes tend to give ourselves a harder time than is necessary. Certainly we want to grow, so it's important occasionally to identify the weaknesses that are there. But when you focus too intently upon the weaknesses, you're not identifying the strength, right? And what you want to focus on this month is your strengths, okay? It's a very powerful month for you where you can make a very powerful change in your life because of a lunar eclipse that coincides with an aspect that's called a Grand Trine. It's when three sets of planets make a triangle in the sky. And that involves Uranus, the moon, Mars, and Jupiter this month, and it happens around the 8th of the month. It coincides with Mercury being retrograde, so on a certain level, it's going to feel like you're not getting anywhere in terms of putting your energy towards a key goal in your life, right? But upon retrospect, you're going to look back on this time and recognize that you needed to reflect upon what came before, the mistakes of the past, so you could move forward in a more liberated manner. If you're in a difficult work environment this month, it's time to align to your soul's purpose. When I talk about career, I mean soul purpose, what you're put here to do. I don't mean necessarily, sweeping the floor, being a cleaning person, working in a factory. Sure, sometimes that's what certain people are here for, and I'm not knocking those things because we need those careers in place too, and some people are suited for them. But some people do jobs where they're not really, it doesn't really fulfill them. It's not what they're put here to do, and they're not living out their destiny. And if that's you this month, Scorpio, and there are signs and signals that say that you've been kind of holding yourself back, now is the time to step forward. Follow the path that is more inspiring to you. You may meet with some initial resistance, but within a month, things will begin to move much more quickly than you might be able to imagine. Finances holding you back? well, those will improve over time too. You feel like it's an uphill struggle? Well, be willing to dedicate yourself to the practice, and you'll find how much you begin to gain ground in a relatively short period of time. If you'd like for me to take a deeper look at your chart for you, I offer a vast range of astrological services available if you click on the link above. We can do a personal consultation via web conference where I'm able to share your chart with you, and we can touch on the key points that are shown in your chart. It all gets recorded as a video. In addition to that, I also offer in-depth personalized video reports where I do a half-hour report on your astrology, record it for you, and make it available for you to download. For those people who like the written word, there are also written reports available through my astrological services page. If you're not a subscriber to my YouTube page, please become a subscriber. You'll receive regular updates when the page is updated, and I do weekly video forecasts at least once a week. Sometimes I do 2 or 3 updates a week, and of course, each month there are your monthly video horoscopes. That's going to do it for this October video horoscope, Scorpio. Until next month, please take very good care of yourself.